Ladies and gentlemen, what if everything you have been searching for is already searching for you? What if success is not something you need to chase and happiness is not something you need to find? What if both have been waiting for you to become the kind of person who naturally attracts them? Think about that for a moment. Most people spend their entire lives pursuing success and happiness as though they exist somewhere outside themselves. They believe that happiness will arrive when they earn more money, find the perfect relationship, buy a bigger house, or achieve a certain goal. They believe success is something they must endlessly chase. And yet, even after reaching those goals, many people still feel empty. Why? Because success and happiness are not destinations. They are states of being. And when you understand that truth, your life begins to change. Ladies and gentlemen, the first secret to attracting success and happiness is understanding that your inner world creates your outer world. The quality of your thoughts determines the quality of your experience. Every day you are broadcasting energy through your beliefs, your emotions, and your expectations. Whether you realize it or not, the way you think influences the way you act, the opportunities you notice, and the people you attract into your life. If you constantly focus on lack, you notice what is missing. If you constantly focus on fear, you notice what could go wrong. But if you focus on possibility, gratitude, and abundance, your awareness begins to expand. And when your awareness expands, so do your opportunities. This is not magic. It is a shift in perception. The world often reflects back to us what we consistently focus on. That is why gratitude is one of the most powerful forces in existence. Most people practice gratitude only when good things happen. But truly successful and happy people practice gratitude before the results appear. They appreciate what they already have. They appreciate the lessons hidden inside challenges. They appreciate the opportunities that have not yet revealed themselves. Gratitude changes your frequency. It shifts your attention away from scarcity and toward abundance. And wherever attention goes, energy flows. Ladies and gentlemen, another secret to attracting success and happiness is learning to stop seeking approval from others. Many people spend their lives trying to satisfy expectations that do not belong to them. They chase careers they do not love. They pursue goals they do not truly desire. They shape their lives around the opinions of others, and in doing so, they lose connection with themselves. True success begins when you become authentic. True happiness begins when you stop asking, "What do others expect from me?" and start asking, "What feels aligned with my purpose?" Because the moment you live according to your authentic nature, life begins to flow more naturally. You stop forcing, you stop pretending, you stop comparing, and you begin creating. Comparison is one of the greatest obstacles to happiness. When you compare your life to someone else's, you immediately create dissatisfaction. You begin focusing on what you lack instead of appreciating what you have. You begin measuring your worth against someone else's journey. But every person has a unique path. Every person has unique gifts. Every person has a different purpose. The flower does not compare itself to the tree. The river does not compare itself to the mountain. Nature simply expresses itself fully. And that is exactly what you are meant to do. Ladies and gentlemen, success is not about becoming someone else. Success is about becoming more fully yourself. Now let us talk about purpose. One of the biggest misunderstandings about success is that people believe success creates happiness, but often the opposite is true. Happiness creates success. When you wake up each day doing what you love, contributing to others, and living with purpose, success becomes a natural consequence. Purpose gives your life direction. Purpose gives your actions meaning. Purpose gives you the energy to continue even when challenges arise. The most successful people are not always the most talented. Often they are simply the most connected to a meaningful purpose. And purpose creates persistence. Persistence creates growth. Growth creates success. Another powerful principle is trust. Many people delay happiness because they believe they must first control every outcome. They want guarantees. They want certainty. They want proof that everything will work out before they take action. But life does not work that way. The greatest opportunities often appear after you take the first step, not before. Trust means moving forward even when you cannot see the entire path. Trust means believing in possibilities that have not yet appeared. Trust means understanding that uncertainty is not your enemy. It is often the birthplace of growth. Ladies and gentlemen, happiness and success both require courage. The courage to believe in yourself. The courage to take action. The courage to release limiting beliefs. The courage to stop living according to fear. Fear tells you to stay small. Fear tells you to wait. Fear tells you that you are not ready. But growth begins when you stop listening to fear and start listening to your inner wisdom. Now imagine what your life would look like if you truly believed that success and happiness were available to you. Imagine waking up every day with gratitude instead of worry. Imagine focusing on opportunities instead of limitations. Imagine trusting yourself instead of doubting yourself. Imagine living with purpose instead of pressure. Imagine appreciating your journey instead of comparing it to someone else's. That shift alone can transform everything. Because success and happiness are not random events. They are the result of the energy you bring to life. They grow when you cultivate gratitude. They grow when you embrace authenticity. They grow when you focus on purpose. They grow when you trust the process. And they grow when you choose love over fear. Ladies and gentlemen, stop chasing success as though it exists somewhere in the distance. Stop postponing happiness until some future achievement arrives. Instead, become the person who embodies success and happiness today. Think empowering thoughts, practice gratitude, live authentically, follow your purpose, trust your journey, and most importantly, remember this: the more you become aligned with the highest version of yourself, the more success and happiness will naturally flow into your life. Because what you seek is not outside you, it begins within you. And when you transform your inner world, your outer world cannot help but change. Thank you.